Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Boruto Naruto Next Generations Chapter 53. When we last left our heroes, Naruto debuted his fatal Baryon mode that converts his chakra in a fashion similar to nuclear fission, which I think makes it unusable at the end of it. But the important thing is that while it's cutting down Naruto's lifespan considerably, it's also knocking down Isshiki's lifespan considerably. Isshiki mentions that his lifespan has shrunk from 20 hours to 30 minutes to find Kawaki. And so when it looks like Naruto is right about to finally finish off Isshiki and end the series very, very early, we are reminded of the chakra link between Naruto and Kawaki's prosthetic arm, which Isshiki then uses to drag Kawaki into the other dimension. And that's where we leave off, with Isshiki kind of winning. So yeah, let's jump right on into number 53, That's Reality. And our picture here is of Kawaki, like hands in his coat pockets, kind of, looking all cool and shit. Presumably because, he's right about to get his karma back. And so Kawaki, we open where we left off with Kawaki on the ground in the other dimension. Naruto and Sasuke are both shocked at his arrival. And Isshiki looks over at him. Hello there, Kawaki. We finally meet again. And Kawaki just looks up at him, angry. Back at the Leaf Village, Team Shikamaru all react to Kawaki's disappearance. What happened? Kawaki suddenly disappeared? Katasuke asks, could it have been Isshiki's doing? But without karma, how would he... But Amano replies, I'm not 100% sure. But if Isshiki has indeed taken Kawaki to where he is, I can tell you this much. And Sumire looks at him. We're out of options. We're completely done for. Yeah, I mean, given what we've seen of the flash forward, we might be kind of fucked. I mean, presumably, there is a way. It's not very in keeping of the shonen ethos, but, it should take some amount of time for the karma to fully infect Kawaki and for Isshiki to be revived. And so if they were to kill Kawaki beforehand, which won't happen, of course, but maybe that debate will happen at some point. The same could also be said of Boruto, given that he's also infected. But anyway, we're completely done for. Now we're back with with Kawaki, in the other dimension. And Isshiki just looks at Kawaki, and Kawaki thinks, so this is him, Otsutsuki Isshiki, and he wants to implant another darn karma in me. I'm gonna really nitpick here, but Kawaki using darn is just it feels like a censored version of like the old cut version of Naruto that aired on Toonami back in 2005, because Kawaki curses constantly. His first 3 chapters, he says nothing. Every single sentence ends with the word bastard. Him saying darn is just really, really kind of out of character. Anyway, Naruto sees him. Kawaki! Isshiki looks at him. That was a close call. I sense I only have 5 minutes of life left. I can't believe these failures managed to drive me into such a corner. And Kawaki looks at him, and then he flashes back to what Amado told him. Even a monster can't escape death. So if we can avoid him implanting you with another karma before his life runs out, we win. And so Kawaki stands up and speaks. Heh, only 5 minutes, huh? I'm jumping for joy that I get to witness your worthless life ending for good. It's nothing fancy. No more than a slightly lengthy nap. And then I'll resurrect once it's time. With your body, which is about to regain karma, as my new vessel. So yeah, I do kind of see this as, maybe the last chapter, maybe the penultimate chapter of part 1, so to speak. Maybe part 3, all things considered. as we are really kind of, Naruto is dying, Kawaki's about to get his karma back, Ishiki's dying for now, and really everything is kind of, laying the groundwork for what comes next. But anyway, that's just more thinking towards the future. Naruto just lets out a "damn it," and then he calls out, "Run, Kawaki! Stall him! Get as far away as..." And then Ishiki just steps on him to stop him. And that shocks Kawaki, and then Naruto coughs, and then Ishiki just says, "Shut up! Quit yapping and go to sleep." On the last of his strength, Naruto lets out, "Kawaki, run!" And then he fades out of his Baryon mode, which, given that the Baryon mode is kind of a death sentence, is... I can't imagine Naruto's last words are "Kawaki, run." He deserves more than that. But still, I doubt we're gonna see Naruto fight again. I think that's kind of it. So yeah, that's kind of Naruto's last big moment of heroics. Okay. We don't really have any time to sit with that because the story moves right along as Kawaki takes that in for a minute and then runs away. And Ishiki just basically warps right in front of him. Kawaki is shocked, and Ishiki just taunts him, "Hey now, you know you can't escape." And then Ishiki grabs him by the neck. "Ugh, gah, don't struggle. It'll be over in a flash." And right as Ishiki starts whatever he's about to do, he is replaced with Sasuke. Which is a great... I honestly had not even really thought about that. But that kind of swapping thing is really one of Sasuke's big tricks in his Rinnegan years. And that catches Ishiki by surprise. What? And Kawaki realizes he's 20 feet away or so. And Ishiki notices him. "Gah, you obstinate." And Sasuke calls out, "Kawaki, pick that up and throw it at your feet." We see there's some kind of ball there that Kawaki sees, and he picks it up and throws it, and a bunch of smoke comes out of it. And Ishiki looks at it, and then says, "Gah, worthless tricks." And he throws Sasuke to the ground with a punch, then steps on Sasuke now. And Sasuke grunts. And so I thought that might be some kind of dimensional thing, but it looks to have just been a smoke bomb because now Kawaki is running. And Sasuke thinks, "Kawaki, just keep your distance from him, even for only a few minutes, until his life runs out." And we see, Kawaki is running with all of his might. And Ishiki just replies, "Fools! A smoke screen won't trick the Byakugan." And he uses Byakugan, but he can't see anything, which confuses Ishiki. And Sasuke thinks, "You're the fool. It's a mineral dust that obstructs clairvoyant powers. It only lasts a few minutes, but that's all we need." So yeah, we see there is more to it than just smoke, though it is also smoke. Then Ishiki asks, "Huh? What's going on?" And then Ishiki kind of rises up into the air and looks down. He still can't see anything. The smoke is just completely covering wherever Kawaki is. And Ishiki, with his chakra roaring, "Kawaki!" And we see this bizb sound effect on both Naruto and Sasuke. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It could just be, if it was just Naruto, it might just be Naruto dying. But it's Sasuke's as well, and so I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. But anyway, Ishiki is still just floating over the smoke cloud. And we see Kawaki is hidden in the middle of it, and then continues his escape. And then Ishiki continues, "How dare you? I won't let you escape." And Naruto thinks, "Nice. Now please, just keep on running and get away." And Sasuke is just kind of, prone on the ground. And Kawaki continues his dash. And Isshiki says, "Gah, I've got no time to waste." "Very well, Kawaki. If you insist, two can play this game." And he goes for Naruto. Is he gonna put a vessel in Naruto? So he steps onto Naruto with like all the force of falling on him from 30 feet up, and Naruto, and Kawaki's arm falls off, the prosthetic that's connected with Naruto's chakra, which shows that Naruto is dying. It shows just how far gone Naruto is. Isshiki calls out, "Are you listening, Kawaki? Show yourself within 20 seconds, or else I'll rip his chest open and kill him." Because what Kawaki doesn't know is that Naruto is dying anyway. That Naruto's already too far gone. That the Baryon mode is killing him. But because Kawaki doesn't know that, Kawaki can fall victim to it. Unless and because he steps on Naruto, Naruto is out of breath. And so Naruto can't scream out, "Oh no, I'm dying anyway." Probably. Maybe he still can. But anyway, Ishii continues yelling, "Run all you want, as long as you don't care that your beloved Hokage will die." And Sasuke just says, "Damn it, you bastard." And then we see Kawaki hiding behind a rock, cradling his prosthetic arm. And he flashes back to his days at the Kara base. Again, how many times must I tell you that it's useless to hide, Kawaki? And we see 10-year-old Kawaki hiding behind a little cubby hole in the wall of the base. And he's curled up in a ball, shuddering. And just then, Jigen appears in front of him, holding this long cane. And I really like this panel here, how we see Jigen from the young Kawaki's perspective, which makes him look much bigger than he normally would be. And Kawaki eyes the rod, as Jigen says, "Prepare to be punished, Kawaki." And we see Kawaki still shuddering as he's holding on to grips the prosthetic arm for dear life. "Only 10 seconds left. 9, 8. And then he flashes back to Naruto. "Let's just say, you remind me a lot of me as a kid, and that makes me want to take care of you, okay?" And then Kawaki, he then flashes back to his own response. "In that case, would you mind training me in ninjutsu, maybe? 5. And Naruto, the present-day Naruto, thinks, "Good, Kawaki. Just stay where you are." And then flashback Naruto. "Alright, then you're my student, starting today." Which gives Kawaki the motivation he needs to be very stupid as Isshiki continues his count. 3, 2, and Kawaki steps onto the boulder. 1. And Kawaki reveals himself to Isshiki. Because, yeah, like I said, Naruto does not have the breath in him to reveal that he's dying anyway. And so Kawaki reveals himself. And he just, looks out at Isshiki. And Naruto's only response is just, "Kawaki." And Sasuke is just that idiot. And Isshiki smirks. "Good boy." And he lunges towards Kawaki. Kawaki sets out some kind of fire-style jutsu. And Ishiki's just ninjutsu. Bah! And I think he shrinks it down and just plows right through it. And then grabs on to Isshiki, to Kawaki, in what looks like a hug. Which is very much a nice, kind of a symbol of how when Isshiki first, picked up Kawaki, he referred to himself as an adoptive father. how we kind of use that language of fatherhood as, you know, the tool to torture Kawaki for so many years. It's a really short moment, but it's a really nice kind of callback to that earlier flashback. And Isshiki asks, "What are you doing? You think you're a ninja now?" And Kawaki responds, "Lord Seven took me on as his student. He said I have a knack for it. You can't become a ninja. In fact, you shall not be anything else either, other than a life that'll be snuffed out to become my vessel." And Kawaki fights back, "He taught me a lot of other things too. I was empty, but he gave me a reason to live. And to what end? Thanks to that right hand he gave you, I found you. And thanks to the affection he gave you, you let yourself be caught. That's reality." So yeah, Isshiki is really just driving it in that, like, if it weren't for Naruto, Kawaki would have gotten away. Which is harsh. And then Kawaki counters, "Heh, you don't understand a thing. A world without Lord Seventh has no worth to me. I'd rather be dead. That's what I'm saying." Wow, what a for all of his edginess, what a pure boy. And either way, Ishii grabs Kawaki by the neck. "It doesn't matter. Either way, you're just a vessel." And in that moment, he gives Kawaki the karma. And we lose. And Naruto dies anyway. And Naruto and Sasuke both react. Ishiki laughs. Heh heh. And Kawaki looks down at the karma back on the skin. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. And he lets go, and Kawaki just kind of stands there, slumped over. What if that's a shadow clone? What if that's a shadow clone? And this outcome too is reality. Though you all made my blood go cold a few times. And Isshiki looks at them. "I can now go to sleep worry-free. Heh heh heh." And then he continues laughing. Ha 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 ha. And Naruto just ekes out, "Damn it!" And just then, his whole ring finger just falls off. And he looks at his hand as his middle finger falls off too. Oh? And now it's like a whole bunch of fingers and it's just, his body is literally crumbling to dust. "Looks like my life's run out. You were so close. Heh. I'll give you credit for pushing me this far, despite being a lesser species." And Kawaki looks at him, still kind of confident almost. As Isshiki looks at him, the karma fades away. Okay, I thought we would actually lose here, given that, you know, Isshiki is the main villain and all. But yeah, the karma just, you know, dissipates. And Ishiki's understandably shocked at that. "Wait, what the karma is... Why is it?" And Isshiki asks him, "Mind telling us how much longer you can cling to your existence? Seconds? Mr. Otsutsuki?" And in a fit of rage, Isshiki grabs onto Kawaki. "You! What have you done?" And it looks like he's like grabbed onto him with his crumbling hand, and it looks like it snapped off as Ishiki's body is falling apart. And Isshiki collapses onto the ground. "This is absurd. What's going on? I know I implanted him with karma." And just then, like I fucking said, the real Kawaki steps out from behind the boulder and just says, "Shadow Doppelganger Jutsu. Oh, that is my boy. That is my boy right there. Fuck yes, Kawaki. Fuck yes." I don't know how this is going to relate into the future of the series, given the flash forward is still being teased. But still, Kawaki fucking got away. And Isshiki glares up at the real Kawaki as the shadow clone poofs away. "Kawaki!" And, you know, Isshiki, you know, clinging on to dear life. "Gah. Seems like you want to say something. Not that it matters. You're gonna die, totally outsmarted and beaten by a mere vessel. So whatever it is, this is your reality. Way to fucking go, Kawaki, throwing his words back in his face. And Isshiki glares up at him. You bastard. And Kawaki jumps down onto Isshiki, crumbling him to dust. And we see the dust that once was Isshiki underneath Kawaki's feet. Sleep all you want, you piece of crap. Yeah. Okay. I have no idea what all this means for the rest of the series. Because it also kind of ties into a larger concern I've been having, in that, what about the rest of Kara? What about Delta and Code? And, I mean, I guess it's kind of just Delta and Code at this point. But, how are they going to tie in? This seems like Kawaki, this whole arc has kind of seemed like Ishiki's plan was nearing completion. And so what we're going to do with them, I was kind of, wondering in the back of my mind. I don't know if I conveyed that at all very well, but anyway. Now especially, that Isshiki is dead. What are they doing? What are Code and Delta, especially Code, we've seen nothing of. What are they doing from here on out? I don't know. Anyway, sometime later, they're all kind of taking a breather from after, the display of power, or the death of Isshiki, I should say. Interesting to note, though, is that when we last saw everybody, or when we last left, let me rephrase that. At the end of last chapter, there is this very important final panel where Boruto's eye opened. And that has not come into play yet, so I'm curious if it will for the chapter's ending. And Naruto sits up as Kawaki is tending to him. What a shocker! A shadow doppelganger? Kawaki tells him it's still a work in progress. I can barely make the one. I'm glad it worked. And Sasuke comes over to them. Are you okay, Naruto? Sasuke, what about you? You're all beat up. And Sasuke stops him. Quit evading. I'm asking about that power you displayed. Kawaki looks at him kind of confused. Naruto realizing he's not really gonna get away with this. As Sasuke continues, the energy expenditure wasn't normal. Are you absolutely sure there isn't some serious risk to using that power? And Naruto kind of evades again. Well, And Kawaki stops him. Come on, just spill it. And just then there's something. We see this kind of dramatic lines encroaching on the trio. And there's Boruto. Okay. As he awaken, it's Momo Boruto, and sticks a kunai knife inside Sasuke's eye. Okay. What? Hold on. Which eye is that? Is that his Rinnegan? Let me double check which eye is his left eye. Yes, stabbed right in the Rinnegan. Okay. That's obviously a very tactical move on Momo's part. As Momoshiki lands, a good distance away, and Sasuke clutches at his eye. Gah! And Naruto just yells out, Boruto! And Momoshiki looks up at them all. I never thought that you'd actually defeat Isshiki. But good. Now you're the only nuisances left. Next chapter hits January 20th. Okay. Damn. I mean, this was literally teased last chapter, and yet I'm still completely shocked by it. So let's talk about the Isshiki part first. Because I still am very shocked that, Isshiki is dead. I mean, literally crumbles to dust, dead. And so do we just kind of... I mean, I've been a long proponent of not necessarily viewing the flash forward as definitely 100% going to happen. I think letting something wildly different happen instead is a really good idea, if that's where the story takes you. When you're writing a little tidbit when an author is writing a tidbit they're not going to get to until, years down the line like that, it's okay to like let the story develop naturally, and if the flash forward no longer works, just scrap it. So if that's the way they're going with this, I'm fine with that. I'm just a little shocked they changed it this wildly. You know, like now Isshiki is dead. Um, Thanks to a great moment from Kawaki. That I'll get to in a little bit, but still, Isshiki is dead now, and so where does that leave us for the flash forward? Where does that leave, even like big plot things like I'll send you where I sent the seventh? Um, I mean, my best guess is just until something happens to recontextualize things, toss out the flash forward. Because I can't see an arc from that takes us from where we are to there. With Isshiki dead, unless another Otsutsuki shows up and then gives Kawaki the karma and then kills Naruto. I don't know. I can't see like that. That just seems too derivative at that point. Um, and so I think we have to toss out the flash forward, um, which I'm fine with in the end. Um, Before that, let's talk about well. Now that we're done with that, I mean, let's talk about how great the finale is of the Isshiki fight. Like from a thematic standpoint, seeing Kawaki's two dads, so to speak, with Jigen Isshiki and Naruto, um, as we get two flashbacks while Kawaki is hiding. Both of them are kind of paired up like that. One is, Jigen the abuser. He hides from him. We know he's about to get beat with the cane. And then we have Naruto, who is all smiles, who wants to protect Kawaki. This is followed by, like I brought up earlier, the hug. The hug pose that Isshiki does when he grabs at Kawaki. Which is countered by, the hug is generally a positive action, but, it's very much not a positive action in this context. And then we have Kawaki winning with his with his good dad's jutsu. It's not nothing that it's the shadow clone, that Kawaki wins with. And it's also nice, Naruto kind of does end up being a much bigger action series than a stealth series, despite his ninja trappings. But Kawaki wins with deception, which simultaneously, lets Kawaki, defeat his abuser in the end, does not set him as more powerful than Naruto and Sasuke, who could not do that, and show, like, a good bit of great deception. I don't know. It's just a really good ending for Isshiki. I'm shocked it's the ending that we got, but honestly, I do like that Kawaki outsmarts him in the end. He gives up his shadow clone, and then, that's kind of it. There's a part of me that's like, hey, why didn't he just wait until Isshiki died to reveal the shadow clone? But let's be honest, Kawaki wanted to taunt him, and I fully respect that. Especially, you're gonna die totally outsmarted and beaten by a mere vessel, so whatever it is, this is your reality. That's just such a great moment. And then there's the ending. And these last 4 pages are just a completely different ball game than everything that came before it. At first it plays itself up like some denouement to the whole arc as we kind of deal with the fallout of Naruto's Baryon mode and how he's almost certainly dying. He's lasting longer than I thought he would, but he's dead. He's gonna die very soon, I reckon. And then Momo Boruto comes up, which is he just stabs the Rinnegan and then gets ready to fight. And like props for Momo for just immediately knowing where to go. First thing he does, take out the Rinnegan. That's the biggest threat here. Naruto is dying, Kawaki's untrained, the Rinnegan is the threat. Um, so you see, he's very smart. Um, and then yeah, we're kind of fucked. You know, Naruto has no strength left. Sasuke has lost his Rinnegan. And Kawaki knows like two jutsu. How do we win? What happens now? What happens now? I don't know. But this chapter was great. It was a fantastic way to end the year, and just a fantastic way to end the Isshiki saga. If this is the end of Isshiki, unless Isshiki comes back through some weird bullshit, um, this kind of is it. And now it's Momoshiki Boruto. And yeah, it's just gonna get crazier from here, I bet. So that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!